Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Shadow Venusaur Highlight, as well as Alolan Marowak with Fire Blast, and then of course Shadow Snorlax here. So let's get into it. And now if you're thinking, well, what if you have an Alolan Marowak and a Muck in the back, an Alolan Muck, how are you going to get yourself out of that? Well, you're going to see Frenzy Plant on Shadow Venusaur is just disgusting strong, and as a matter of fact, it can take down an Alolan Marowak with 2 Frenzy Plants, forcing it to shield up. And therefore, in turn, they're not going to necessarily be able to farm you all the way down. They're going to be kind of pressured into throwing some of that energy, so they're not going to have a bunch coming out of that battle, which is going to be very nice. And then, of course, the Venusaur will be able to protect the Snorlax from fighting, as well as the Alolan Marowak. So we're looking good to go. And then we also have the Venusaur to protect the Alolan Marowak from potential Water-type Pokemon. Having Fire Blast on Alolan Marowak is going to be key for some situations here to work ourselves out of, as opposed to having Bone Club. That's still going to be a fantastic move for sure, but I just find having Fire Blast is so fun and takes the opponents by surprise. So they're going to be swapping out of that Alolan Marowak and going into a Wigglytuff. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Alolan Marowak ourselves here, building up to a Fire Blast before they get to a charge move, not expecting a shield out of them. And beautiful, we're taking them out. Now, if we did have Bone Club or say Shadow Ball or Shadow Bone, which we have Shadow Bone, you're not going to be able to take them out there. They're more than likely just going to let it go through, hit you with the charge move, and then you're going to be lower on health. So having Fire Blast, I find it just being amazing. I'm going to go ahead and go in here with our Snorlax. Don't expect them to have Fire Blast. If they do, we're in trouble, but Shadow Bone is not very effective. They didn't get the defense drop, so we're looking great here. Going to go ahead and just put on some pressure with the Snorlax's Body Slam here. Not very effective. They're swapping out into Clefable. I got a double charm user over here, running into those quite frequently, but our team's going to be able to counter those with no problem. Fantastic. Moving it on to the next battle. If you do enjoy these, please give it a big thumbs up. I'm having a great day. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as well. Let's see what we have for this battle. Dragonair regular here. Dragon Breath is going to be digging in quite nicely. It's going to take a little bit longer to get to a charge move as opposed to our Body Slam here. The Body Slam is going to do a lot of damage to that Dragonair, so that's why we've seen a shield coming out of them here. We're going to go ahead and shield up our Snorlax as well, and then throw this Body Slam in return. If they want to use 2 shields, fantastic. They're letting it go down, and down goes the Dragonair. What are they going to come back in here with? It's going to be a Muck. So here you go, folks. This is what you wanted to see. So we're not going for the Body Slam quite yet because I, didn't want to lower my defense as well as attack. We can still get to another Body Slam if they're trying to potentially farm a bunch here. If we went for Superpower, would have done more damage, sure. But here we go. We're perfectly fine. Yeah, the thing is low on health. I mean, it's not necessarily going to be like super hard to combat this. We're going to go ahead and shield up that Dark Pulse because that would have done a lot of damage. And I do believe we're going to swap into our Venusaur here and farm it down. In comes an Alolan Marowak, and here you go. You ready for the show? Let's see what we have. We're going to go straight for the Frenzy Plant. Look at that damage, guys. Do you see that? That is some pressure right there. You don't want to take another one of those. This is certainly going to KO the Marowak here, so they're going to get that shield going. Yep, there we go. Now, they're going to have a bunch of energy. They can't KO us, not even with Shadow Ball, so it doesn't really matter. We'll be able to hit our Shadow Bone and KO them. There goes their Shadow Bone, and there goes ours, and we're going to be able to take the win here. Like we said, you're going to be able to still counter those 2 Pokemon that are going to be the weakness to us because of the specific moves that we have. Fire Blast didn't really come in clutch for us for that battle, but the Shadow Venusaur sure did. They're going to be swapping out into a Charm User Wigglytuff. We're going to go into our Alolan Marowak. Now, if you're wondering why not go into, I don't know, Venusaur, well, because they have Ice Beam, and we don't really want to worry about using a shield, so the Alolan Marowak can handle it. Do you see Fire Blast is clutch usability here? That's right, let's go Fire Blast. So they're going to be hitting us with that. That's perfectly fine. We're going to let it go down because we do have the Snorlax, which can combat that Mew there with the Lick and Body Slams, getting a shield out of them. The first one as well. So we know it has Surf, more than likely Wild Charge, and there's that Wild Charge. They're going to be lowering their defenses, swapping into a Victory Bell. We're going to go right into our Shadow Venusaur here. Now, we could technically go for the Frenzy Plant. Well, we are going for the Frenzy Plant. We're getting a shield. All right, beautiful. Now, this is still going to hurt them quite a bit if it does get through the Frenzy Plant. It is going to be massively resisted, but they're pretty squishy, and we're really tanky. But looks like we're just going to go straight for the Sludge Bomb here. Shields are down. Let's hit it. Fantastic. And they're going to back out. There's a good game. Thank you, Shadow Venusaur. Loving this thing so much. Do I recommend you use it? Well, if you have one to evolve currently for this event, I say go for it. You have nothing to lose. It's cheap. It's the Great League. So we're met with a Lapras here. And this is, not a bad situation. Let's go ahead and build up a bunch of energy. This is superpower. You better shield up. Fantastic. Do they want to really shield that Lapras 2 times in a row? I don't see why not, but they're going to let it go through. We did drop our attack and defense here. In comes an Alolan Graveler. So we have a lot of experience with this thing. If it does build up a bunch of energy, we could be in some trouble because of the Pokemon we do have in the back. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Venusaur. They're retreating with a ton of energy. And here you go. You're ready for this? Venusaur is going to take out this Alolan Marowak. I really wasn't joking when I said it was a counter to Alolan Marowak to some degree here, or at least able to take it down. So we're going to have it. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So we're looking pretty good here. It doesn't really matter at this point if they have a bunch of energy. We're going to go ahead and go in here with our Snorlax. And the reason why they didn't throw is because they realized, they're going to have to farm us down and then just go to town, because we could have simply just shielded everything that they threw at us. Their health was so low. It happens. Into the next battle, we're met with another Shadow Pokemon, Shadow Dragonair. So this is going to be pretty interesting. We're going to go ahead and go for that body slam right away. No need to build up any extra energy here. They're going to be swapping after a shield, and we're going to go ahead and go right into our Alolan Marowak when they go into that Shadow Victory Bell. Now, I had a few people message me, and also public messages saying, why are people trying so hard with all these try-hard teams? Like, it's Go Battle League, and they're trying to get their rewards. That's it. I mean, if you're going to enter into Go Battle League, you should try hard. And I have, if you want to use whatever you want to use, I don't care if you want to use double charms and shadows, do what you got to do. Have fun in GBL, right? So we're going to go ahead and go for this Shadow Bone onto that Beedrill. Going to be able to, do some nice damage. We have one shield, they have one shield. We're going to go ahead and go in here with our Venusaur. All right. Yeah, you're like, what are you doing? That thing's like massively resisted. Yeah, it is, but this is Shadow Venusaur with Frenzy Plant. It doesn't care about resistances. It really doesn't. So we're going to be getting that last shield, going in here with Snorlax and finishing this off. We're not going to even have to hit these, of course. Just hurrying it up and taking out that thing before it does any more damage. All right, into the next battle here. We're going to be met with a Kangaskhan. This was a little bit interesting for me, and it made me think for a second as to what I should do. Because as soon as I go into my Venusaur, they're going to possibly counter us with something. So we're just going to stay in this fight for a minute here, build up a bunch of energy, and we're just going to go for two superpowers. And if they want to shield both of them, that's fine. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for the first one here. And we're getting a shield. And for the next one, it's not going to be doing as much, and we're getting a double shield. So at this point, we have to retreat. We're going to be going into Venusaur. And when shields are down, Shadow Venusaur, goes to town. So we're going to be going for that Sludge Bomb, taking out that Alolan Ninetales. And in comes Hitmonchan, and it's Venusaur's time to shine, to just one-shot everything. Going to go ahead and one-shot that shiny, nice Hitmonchan. In comes the Kangaskhan, and unfortunately, we're not able to get to a Frenzy Plant. That would have been one amazing sweep, but it's just doing too much damage with that ground quick move. In comes the Snorlax, and we're going to go ahead and let this Power-Up Punch go through and let them do their thing. Just want them to use up that energy. We're going to go ahead and shield this up. And that was a good call because it was a crunch there. And building up to a Shadow Bone, it's not super effective. As a matter of fact, it's resisted. So yeah, it doesn't really matter because it's doing enough damage. Now this next battle was a little late to record, so here you go. The first matchup was the Snorlax versus that Blastoise. In comes this Venusaur here, and we have a one-to-one shield situation. They're going to be going in with Shadow Hypno, doing a ton of damage to our Venusaur, and they're swapping into Beedrill here. So we're kind of in a little bit of a jam. So we're going to get that last shield out of them. Fantastic. Fire Blast, there's no point to go for that. We're going to go ahead and shield up that Fell Stinger. Oof, that hurt. Because it could have, that would have done no damage and we could have been holding on to a shield. Building up to Fire Blast now. Yeah, let's go. This is not going to quite one-shot, but it doesn't really matter. They're going to be getting to a charge move. We still have Pokemon left. Will this even KO? It's a Fire Punch. So do they have Fire and Ice Punch? Maybe. So yeah, taking the win there. Fantastic. Into the next battle, we're met with an Alolan Marowak. This is fantastic for the Shadow Snorlax here, unless they have Fire Blast, right? So they're going to be swapping into their Machamp Shadow, and we're going to be going into our Venusaur here. Now, the reason why we don't go into Alolan Marowak is because they have Rock Slide. Even though Rock Slide is going to, I wouldn't say equally be as threatening, but Shadow Venusaur, but it doesn't matter because they go Payback. Look at that Payback. Now, that did a lot of damage, but here's the downfall. Look at that. They took forever. They couldn't get off a charge move because Payback takes forever, and I'm thinking they probably have Rock Slide too. Who knows? but nonetheless nice. Going for that Bone Club and getting the defense drop. We're going to go ahead and shield this up, obviously. Shadow Bone, yeah, we're in a great position. They're going to be swapping into a Hypno. We're going to go right into our Snorlax here, and let's go ahead and hit these body slams. Getting the shield, fantastic. Obviously, we're not going superpower, so it's just going to be Lick and Body Slam all the way here. We should be looking good to go. Probably not going to quite KO, almost making it to that Body Slam, but we still have a shield left, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and shield this up, farm them down, and hit this Shadow Bone, and we're looking good to go. All right, this team has proven to be pretty good for us. Fantastic. They didn't have much health. I did not need to hit all of those bubbles. As a matter of fact, I could have just let them go, and it would have been enough. Anyways, into the next battle, we're met with a Wigglytuff, and this is actually not really good for us, so we're going to go ahead and swap into Venusaur. Now, the reason why I go into Venusaur is because we can build up energy pretty fast, and even if they come in with a counter to us, we're still going to be able to hurt them quite a bit. Now, I did make a bit of a mistake here. I go for Sludge Bomb. I could have just went for Frenzy Plant because that still would have done a ton of damage, and we could have went for 2 of them and potentially taken them out. If we got a shield out of them, no, but yeah, could have done a little bit more, so it's okay. Learned our lesson there. In comes the Snorlax. They're going for another X-Scissor here. We're going to farm this thing down. A little bit less than half health. Coming back in with the Wigglytuff. We still have the Alola Marowak in the back, which is going to have to come in clutch for the Fire Blast. So we're going to go ahead and swap that instantly here and farm this thing all the way down. We've taken out one Pokemon. After we take out this Wigglytuff, they have one thing in the back. We're only going to have to expend one shield here. Yes, everything's resisted, but I need to hold on to as much health as possible. Going for that Shadow Bone onto the Alola Marowak that they have. We get the defense drop. We're looking fantastic. Obviously, we're going to get a shield here. But since we got that defense drop, we're looking just perfect. All right, so what was the plan here? I think we actually shield this up. Bone Club, bait. All right. Actually, you know, not really even a bait. I mean, that still would have done a lot of damage. So we're getting that last shield, swapping into Snorlax, and they're throwing their energy here. This is beautiful. And not quite taking us out. In comes the Wigglytuff, and that takes us out. In comes our Alolan Marowak. We're going to go ahead and farm down, build up to a Shadow Bone, and, or not even. Farming down with Fire Spin. Fantastic. Let's get it into the next battle here. We got a couple more for you, folks. We're met with a Mew, which is fantastic for the Snorlax Shadow. Fantastic for a regular Snorlax. They're going to be swapping to catch the Body Slam, which is perfectly fine with me here. As a matter of fact, that's going to be helping me out a bit. Going to gain a little bit more energy with our Snorlax before swapping, so we have that ready to go later on. Going into the Alolan Marowak, and we're going to be farming down and letting everything go through, and then just throw in the Shadow Bones. More than likely, they're going to be coming in with the Mew and try to farm us down, or at least take us out before we can get off the charges. And we're going to go right for these here. We're probably going to get some shields. All right, there's one. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting another one out of this Mew here. And we're going to be going down just in time without them getting a bunch of farm. We're going to go back in here with the Snorlax, and we're looking just beautiful. We're going to be shielding this up, because why not keep the Snorlax healthy here? And they're going to be swapping into a Lapras, which we're going to go into our Venusaur. Now, they don't necessarily have the ideal quick move, but, you know, you live and you learn. We're taking them out because it's just that strong with the Shadow Frenzy Plant. We are going to go ahead and let that go through. Go in here with the Snorlax and go for the Body Slam and take the win. Let's get it. All right, folks, into the last battle. Let's see what we have here. We're going to be met with a Shadow Hypno. Beautiful. More than likely, they're going to be swapping here. Looks like they're going to build up some energy and then swap, trying to catch this Body Slam with their Lapras. And what are we going to go in here with? Looks like the Venusaur. Absolutely. Taking super effective from that quick move, but that's okay. At least we're going to be doing a ton of damage and putting that shield pressure on. Or not. Letting it go through. They had some other plans. Bringing in the Ninetales. Super effective here. So we're going for the Sludge Bomb. Probably should have just... Yeah, actually that was fine. We weren't getting to 2 Frenzy Plants there. Okay. So what's the plan? We don't have Bone Club, but that's okay, because this thing is going to more than likely have Psyshock, Weather Ball, and or Solar Beam. They're hitting us with Solar Beam to do as much damage as they physically can, which I suppose makes sense. So more than likely they're going to have Weather Ball on that thing. They're going to be swapping. We're going to be making an instant swap as well into our Snorlax, and we're going to be shielding this up. It's going to be a Thunder Punch, so that wouldn't really been threatening at all, but we do want to preserve our health because the confusions are really starting to add up here. Going for that Body Slam. And at this point, I do believe we're simply going to be shielding this up and maybe getting to a Body Slam. Let's see how this works. So we get the shield, able to farm it down, and going for the body slam. If you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care, and thank you for watching, trainers.